Are you currently looking to buy a new home? Are you waiting because you're saving for a large down payment? Are you under contract with a new builder and are waiting for your house to be complete? This video is for you. Today I'm going to talk about how waiting right now for buyers is going to kill them. It's going to cost them thousands and thousands of dollars. I'm David Pestana. I am the broker and owner of Rise Realty, and we here at Rise Realty work with a lot of buyers, and I hear so often from them that, look, I'd love to buy right now, but I am saving because I want to put a large down payment and avoid PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. Now let me give you some background. PMI is required on all loans that have less than 20% down payment, or what loan officers call less than 80% loan to value, or LTV. So you as a buyer, you know that you can have a lower interest rate if you can avoid this mortgage insurance. So you're saving like crazy. The problem is in this market that mortgage rates are going up. And so let me give you an example. Let's say you're saving for this 20%, and on a $300,000 home, that's $60,000. How long would it take you to save $60,000? For most people, even if you were saving $1,000 or $2,000 a month, that would be several years. At $1,000 a month, that'd be 5 years. At $2,000 a month, that'd still be 2.5 years. It's almost impossible for the average person to do that. So what they would find out in that time is that the rates, in the last 2 years here, have gone up about 1.5%. So what you're seeing is that, wow, in order to avoid the PMI, I now am paying an interest rate that's over 1.5% higher. Wow, that sucks. Yep, it does. The traditional thoughts of saving for a down payment aren't logical in a market where where interest rates are going up at a high rate. The best thing you could do is to get in as fast as possible. And so there's something called a minimum down payment. And so there are loan programs out there with 100% financing. There are others with 3.5% down payments. So if you could get in now at a lesser down payment, what would happen is that you're going to feel maybe like, okay, I paid a little bit more right now. But as interest rates continue to rise, you're going to feel pretty good about the rate that you had, even with the mortgage insurance. The second thing that's hurting buyers in this market is the overall appreciation of the market. The market's been so hot that it's hard to save for a down payment as the market prices keep going up and up and up. The last 3 years in Utah here, we've seen price appreciations of over 10% a year, or close to 10%. And let me tell you a story. I had buyers who looked at a house and I said, prices are going up. I really recommend that you buy this now, because I knew that they loved the house. Well, they passed on it. That house was about $295,000 at the time with everything they wanted in it. So a year later, we talked again, and actually they came back to the same house. It was a builder, and guess what? That house was now $325,000, a huge increase in price. And they ended up buying it. But why did you have to pay $30,000 more? It just didn't make sense. So when you're saving for a down payment, you're really going to hurt yourself especially if you're saving for what we call this 20% down. We talked about how people are trying to avoid mortgage insurance, but the rates are going up. But now as you're saving, the home prices are going up. And can you save $30,000 a year to match what the market just appreciated? Chances are you can't. And if you can, why would you want to? Why couldn't you just buy now and save a ton of money? Because remember, once you buy, that appreciation is now yours. I guess if you're a buyer and you don't buy it, we call that inflation, right? It's just more expensive. But when you buy it and now you get to take advantage of that inflation, we call it appreciation, because literally your house is worth more. And having it worth more, that becomes equity. So you're saving for a down payment, but if you bought it, now that 10% appreciation is your new equity. You just made $30,000 in your house. And so what we're finding is as a buyer, we're recommending them to to buy now because of rising interest rates and because the market's still going up. Effectively, between those two, it's making housing a whole lot more expensive. Now, if you get in now, you're going to save a ton of money and you're going to be very happy with your interest rate and the appreciation that you gain in the future. So I hope this was helpful. It's just very logical and 2 simple steps that you can do to save a ton of money as a buyer. If you're not ready to buy, what I recommend is you talk to a lender and figure out what program you need and what's the minimum down payment, what are closing costs that you need in order to get into a house. And then we can find you that right house. We're here to help. Again, I'm David Pestana. I'm the broker owner of Rise Realty. Thanks for watching.